Hey, what's up my dear boys and girls, it's your Ranger here and welcome to a little discussion video, and this time we have some serious matter to discuss. For the last few days there were a lot of complaints in regards of the 20th anniversary movie, especially when it comes to the cast of the movie, since many people, especially the nostalgia gogglers and genwunners, expected Brock and Misty to be in the anime, but instead they were unpleasantly surprised that we instead got Souji and Makoto in this movie instead. So what do I think about this whole situation, and why do I actually have the concern that this movie might suck or just might not be good? First of all, I'm even a little bit more concerned than before, because during my research I read an article on pokebeach.com which basically were spoilers, and I was just too curious to not read them. So yes, I actually know the plot, but in this video I won't tell you guys any spoilers. If you really want to read the whole spoiler summary of the movie, I have left a link to the summary in my description. But again, if you do not want to ruin your experience with the movie, then please do not read the spoilers. I want you, and if you come back to my video only to complain about it, man, it's not my fault. Anyway, after having a proper idea of what the story might be, without giving you any spoilers, I can say that this movie is one thing and one thing only. It doesn't really know what it wants to do. It has so many elements crammed in one film that I really don't know who this film is actually aimed for. It has a lot of elements which are Gen 1 based to bring back the nostalgia, but with both Souji and Makoto, there are also Gen 4 aspects represented in this movie, which basically hints at a future Gen 4 remake. Gen 2 is also represented in this movie, not only with Ho-Oh, but also with other aspects as well, which I won't spoiler you guys with, and that's because they are further trying to promote both Gen 2 updates of Pokemon Go and the virtual console releases of Gold and Silver. And last but not least, thanks to Marshadow and Ash's movie rival Cross and his Incineroar, even Gen 7 is represented in this movie. So the reason why I have these worries that this movie might suck is because it tries to advertise so many gens at once that we as the viewers don't really know who this movie is aimed for. Is this movie aimed for nostalgia people? Is this movie aimed for modern Pokemon fans or for the hardcore fans? It tries so hard to please everybody that my main concern with this movie is that it doesn't have a legit focus and therefore can't really tell a compelling story, which, you know, is the most important thing. So would the inclusion of Brock and Misty have changed the whole situation? No, because the only thing this would have done is to focus more on the childhood nostalgia aspect, but nostalgia alone won't change the fact that this movie is just a huge advertisement for current or future Pokemon releases, and the story in itself wouldn't have gotten better with those two characters. For genwunners, this movie might have been more pleasant to watch, but only because of their memories instead of the story in itself. For example, the guy who helped creating the spoiler summary, Aniel, thought that this movie was underwhelming and lacking, and he especially complained about the two characters Souji and Makoto. But as you can see from his tweet right here, he never was objective to begin with, since even before he saw the movie, he was salty about Brock and Misty not being in the movie. Which means that no matter how hard he tried to be objective, I believe Alex always compared those two new characters with his beloved cast. A blast from the past. But what many people, including Alex, don't realize is that this film never was meant to be a retelling of the Gen 1 saga, and even though it probably doesn't know which audience it's actually aiming for, it still has one main theme going on. It's about Ash and Pikachu. The story of Ash and Pikachu never ever was influenced by Brock and Misty. The story of Ash and Pikachu was never influenced by other companions. And that's why this movie indeed is a good representation of the 20th anniversary of the Pokemon anime. Because no matter what cast you have in this movie, no matter what the plot is, and no matter how much advertisement they try to cram in one movie, the one main theme never is lost, which is the bond between Ash and his Pikachu. Yes, friends of Ash also play an important role in Ash's saga, and I love the interactions between Ash and his friends as well. But the main focus of the Pokemon anime, no matter which generation, is Ash trying to be a Pokemon master together with his Pikachu. And I think many people, and especially genwunners, who are supposed to know this, have forgotten this aspect. And that's why, regardless of all the chaos and unhappiness this movie might have caused, I still will look forward to it, and I will enjoy the fuck out of it. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys will also check out my video about the original idea of the Pokemon movie. And just like always, see you guys in the comment section down below. Bye guys!